Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing wonderful today. Fall is finally upon us. I wanted to take a few minutes to record this video. I know that I haven't been active on my channel in a long time, but I'm so inspired by fall. Every year whenever it rolls around, all the colors of fall, the outfits, all the trends, I just cannot resist making a makeup tutorial for this season. This is pretty much my basic everyday go-to look for fall, especially towards the end of summer. You don't want to do anything too crazy because I don't know about you, but my schedule is so hectic around fall with school and everything. So I just need something very basic that still looks amazing. Whenever I'm at work, I always get a lot of questions about exactly what colors and techniques I use for this eye look. So I wanted to make this video, even though a lot of you probably already know exactly how to do this eye look. I wanted to talk more in depth about exactly what colors I'm using and a few ways to kind of spice it up a little bit. In the video, the lipstick shade that I use is actually Zipper by ColourPop, which is a really gorgeous deep matte eggplant purple, and I pair it with the Nightmoth lip liner from MAC, which is a really deep blackened eggplant color. For wearing it out today, it was just kind of clashing with my navy shirt. I decided to go with Bumble, also by ColourPop, and I got so many questions on this lip color as soon as I posted it on Facebook. So yes, the color is Bumble. It's amazing. It's a really gorgeous terracotta color, and the best thing about these ultra matte lipsticks from ColourPop is that they're only $6. And the quality is absolutely amazing. I just did a bridal makeover the other day and used the shade Clueless on her, and she said that it lasted on her all day long. So if you're building your freelance kit, go try the ColourPop Ultra Matte lipsticks because you can turn them into a glossy or leave them matte, and they're so affordable and really high quality. So I completely suggest that you go and check those out. So since fall is here, I want to know, what are some of your favorite fall pastimes or just things that you enjoy doing in the fall? I know for me, honestly, I love going to a coffee shop, getting some coffee and studying. If not that, I love to go to music festivals this time of year because the weather is a little bit cooler and it's not so harsh on your body. So I think that's all that I had to say for this intro. Let me know if there's any sort of looks that you guys would like to see soon. I'm planning on doing a more dramatic fall tutorial, so hopefully that will be up soon. And of course, I will leave links to my Facebook and Instagram below, and you can leave me any sort of requests there as well. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to prime my face using my L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer, and I'm using my Clinique Repairwear Lip Balm. This stuff is amazing. Now for my foundation, I'm using Clinique Even Better. I want this to be a really glowy skin look, but still have a good amount of coverage. So with this foundation, it's a squeeze bottle, so I'll usually just apply it all over my face and then blend it out with my IT Cosmetics Flat Top Velvet Luxe brush. Now I'm going to go in with two concealers. I'm using my Maybelline Age Rewind in the shade Neutralizer. I love this because it's a really nice pale yellow concealer. And then on top of that, I'm just going to use my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chantilly. This has been my favorite go-to combo lately for brightening. Now I'm going to use my Micro Beauty Blender just to get right up around my eyes. And then I'm just going to go in with my regular size Beauty Blender. I've really been loving using both of my beauty blenders lately. I feel like these two together really give me nice results because with the large, it's just a little bit hard to get around my eyes, and with the micro, it's hard to blend everything out on its own. Now I'm going to be baking my concealer. I'm using the Nye Banana Powder, and this powder alone is absolutely amazing, but I'm so pale right now, so I'm going to have to go on top of this with a little bit of my e.l.f. High Definition Powder. I love the combo of these two because it creates a really pale yellow, and it's really nice for highlighting but still giving me that golden glow. Now I'm going to be moving on to my brows. I always first go in and brush them through with just a spoolie, and then I love to use my Anastasia Dipbrow, and I've transitioned over to the shade Blonde since I've lightened my hair. I'm just going to do a quick overview of filling in my brows because I want to do an updated brow routine soon, so be on the lookout for that. But this is not a good representation because my brows were just a little bit too crazy today. So because of that, I'm going to have to go around and clean them up with just a little bit of concealer because I've got some stray hairs that I need hidden. So now that my brows are all done, I'm going to be moving on to the eyeshadow. I'm first taking this Makeup Forever Artist Shadow. Again, I think the shade is called Cookie, but I will put that in the description bar below. And this I'm just going to take on a Sonia Kashuk brush, and this is going to go all in my crease. And I'm not being precise with this at all. I really want this color nice and blown out. This is absolutely my favorite eyeshadow of all time because it is such a nice peachy beige color, and it is just so easy to work with. A lot of days I'll just use this shade on its own. I always go through with just a MAC 224 brush, which is a little bit stiffer, and blend that out. Now I'm taking a little bit of Swiss Chocolate by MAC, and this is going to go on that same Sonia Kashuk brush, and this is going in my outer crease. Now I'm going to be using Gesso by MAC, and I'm using this on the Urban Decay brush that came in the electric palette. I'm not sure if they sell this brush on its own, but it is absolutely my favorite to use whenever I'm highlighting my brow bone and my inner corner. So I want this highlight to be really intense, even though it is just a matte white eyeshadow. So I'm really packing it onto that brow bone and then in that inner corner. I love using the small end to really pack it on and get that intensity that I want, and then take the flat edge and blend that out. It keeps it nice and intense without diffusing the color too much like a big fluffy brush would. So I'm just going to keep applying and then blending to get to the intensity that I want. And then finally, once I've reached that, I'm going to go ahead and sweep away that powder that we put on our faces earlier. And you can tell that this has created a really nice bright highlight, and doing this technique has made me realize that my concealer does not crease whenever I do this. Now I'm taking that same Swiss Chocolate eyeshadow on the Urban Decay brush again, and this is just going to go right under my lash line. I want this to be a nice sharp line of shadow. I don't want it to be too blended because I'm going to go back in with that Makeup Forever shadow and then sort of smudge it out just a little bit. Now I'm going in with my NYX Wonder Pencil, and this is the lightest shade. It's almost white, but it's just a nice ivory color. That's going to go in my waterline, and then I'm applying the Lancome Cils Booster XL as my mascara primer. Then for my mascara, I'm using the Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant. And then finally, to complete the lash trio, I am using my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. You guys, this whole lash combination is giving me life right now. It is so amazing. I have not had to wear false lashes in such a long time because this gives me so much volume and length. I'm using the 3 bronzers and contour powders from the Anastasia Contour Kit, and I'm using this on another Sonia Kashuk really big fluffy powder brush. I'm not going to be precise with this at all. This is just going to be for bronzing, but I've really loved these 3 bronzers, the mix of the 3 with this brush lately. It gives a really gorgeous bronzed look. Now I'm going to take just that center shade, which I believe is called Fawn. I'm taking that on a MAC 109 brush, and I'm going to use this to contour. So first I will sort of stamp it in, as you can see me doing, and then I go back in with circular motions and really buff that color out because I don't want it to be too harsh. And for a pro tip, if you go a little bit overboard on the bronzer and the contouring, you can always go back in with your beauty blender or your foundation brush and just sort of pat it on top, and then that removes that excess powder. Now I'm going to be using my beauty blender with that same e.l.f. high definition powder, and this I'm just going to sweep right under my contour just to sharpen it up a little bit. Now for my blush, I cannot remember the name of these 2 blushes or even if they have them, but this is in the Tarte palette from last year's holiday. I'm sorry, it was limited edition, but it just creates a really nice nude pink. This is a very easy color to accomplish. And now for the crowning jewel, of course, I'm going to be using my Becca and Jaclyn Hill highlighter in Champagne Pop. This has been my ride or die highlighter ever since it came out. You can already see I've hit pan on it, but this is just the absolute most gorgeous highlighter I've ever used. So if you can still find it, please buy it. Now I'm going to just use my beauty blender over my lips before I put on my lipstick, which is ColourPop's Zipper. This is an ultra matte lipstick, so I really like for my lips to be nice and moisturized before putting this on, which is of course why we went in with that lip balm right at the beginning. So with this, I don't like to use a lip brush, I just like to use the applicator that it comes with and just really take my time in applying it. I cut out so much of this because it took me so long, but I always get it as perfect as I can just with the applicator, and then I'll go back in afterwards with just a lip liner. The lip liner that I'm using right now is Nightmoth by MAC. So that completes the look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if you recreate this look. Bye guys.